So that was Callanish 1 or Callanish 1. There's also nearby Callanish 2, which again is impressive, but nowhere near it. What did it say? Five standing stones and a few that have fallen. There's also Callanish 3 and Callanish 4, but I think we've shown you the best one. So now it's time to go and have some breakfast, I think, because we got up early. Not even had a wash yet. We're that dedicated to showing you everything, aren't we?
Well, no, we just didn't want the crowds.
So we're going to have a wash, have some breakfast, and then a little bit of mystery. Some disappeared people. Ooh. Ooh. Just a simple breakfast of crumpets and a cup of tea. Got coffee for Keith. And you've had bonios. And Bay wants to be alone. We've come to look at this. Still misty. And Keith's just been reading that over there is a pharmaceutical company.
Yes, they process and purify omega-3 fish oils. Well, omega-3 oils from marine, botanical and algal sources. And we did see a fishing vessel in the lock earlier on, so perhaps they were offloading or associated with it, I don't know. But we're here to see this memorial. And it's remembering the mysterious disappearance of the 3 Flannan Island lighthouse keepers, or light keepers.
It's endured with many tales and speculation about their disappearance and what happened on Illiam Moor, 20 miles west of the island of Lewis in December 1900. Nobody really knows what happened to them. They just disappeared. One day they were at the lighthouse, or at the light, and then they weren't.
They just died on the 15th of December 1900 in pursuit of their duties. There was no real explanation of what happened to them.
There are some ideas I've read that they think they were just washed away, that there was a storm and some large waves and it just washed them off.
Yeah.
But this was placed here on the 15th of December 2017.
And it's made of Lewisinian, obviously the rock from Lewis. And it's a gneiss,
I think it's pronounced.
With a bronze wave symbolising the enormity of the sea, and presumably, as Darryl said, they think that they were washed off the lighthouse.
But the different stones symbolise different things, don't they? The memorial, designed and built by James Crawford of Garaheen of Lewis, is of Lewis in Nice, with a bronze wave, like Keith said, which invokes one theory of events symbolising the enormity of the sea, which possibly bore down upon the island. The plinth stones are dressed to replicate the seabed ripples, which became the ultimate resting place of the lightkeepers, and the sandstone base itself reflects the home of Antomor in Breastcleet. There is an exhibition more about the lighthouse and lighthouse
on
keepers.
Top. I didn't realise that.
But that doesn't open till this afternoon, and obviously we've got to move on.
It's only open for a couple of hours a day.
It says 2 o'clock till 4 o'clock, isn't it? So, which is a shame. But yeah, there's the lighthouse, keeping guard. It just shows goes to show that as much as we research, we still come across things that aren't mentioned anywhere. We're heading to a different island now. Great Bernera. The scenery's changed again, hasn't it?
It has. It's a lot more rugged, rocky. Lots of water around here, isn't there?
Yeah. Rivers as well. We've not really seen many rivers till we've got to this area, have we? We've just pulled up because quite often when you see a phone box and a post box together, there's a geocache. Anyway, we've checked and there isn't. But this is I've not seen a phone box like this before.
I've never seen a phone box with the doors like this.
A double door. So, I mean, obviously no phone in it anymore, but
the shutting device closing thing.
oh, it does. It still works.
Yeah, as I say, it still works.
No, I've never seen a double-doored phone box. So we're about to drive over the bridge onto the island. Population of Great Bernera is mainly dependent on lobster fishing, crofting, tourism and arts and crafts. Anyway, that's the old bridge there. You can see the white.
It's a shame we can't go that way.
It is, isn't it? And this is a new bridge. We'll show you the view and then we'll tell you about the bridge. What's special about that old white bridge? And that's it, we're through passport control. We'll just have a wander. Keith will cut this bit out while we're just struggling to get out. So that's a very recent bridge, completed in 2021. Let's wander around to the old bridge, because this is an interesting story. Take you to the information board in a minute.
Cuckoo's up again.
Yeah. Before we tell you about the bridge, we've just walked up a little bit to get a better view of it and found some more standing stones, or what appear to be standing stones. No information about them though.
Not here, unless it's on that board down there. I don't know. Yeah.
So there's a bridge. The bridge to the island, the White Bridge, was built in 1953 and was one of the first in Europe to be constructed using pre-stressed concrete. It was constructed after the islanders threatened to use dynamite on the hillside here to create a causeway of their own making. The bridge is often referred to as the bridge over the Atlantic. But in 2020, during a structural survey, serious faults were found on the bridge. So in 2021, construction of that new bridge was started, and it was completed the same year.
That's good going.
It is, isn't it? But
Construction work.
Interesting story that the locals were going to dynamite this to
Make their own.
Oh. What did you just want?
I was stopping it coming.
Just explain what just happened.
This gate opens both ways, and Darryl was trying to shut it, and just pushed us off the ledge. I was fighting him. It's always one.
It's always me.
It's a shame you can't drive across the old bridge, though. Still.
It is, but you might go plop.
Well, yes. So, again, just information about the building of the bridge.
Yeah, no longer suitable for heavy vehicles, and the structure was in danger of crumbling away. Almost certain that had the bridge not been built, there would now be nobody living on Bernera. The number of now uninhabited small islands around Lewis and Harris testifies to this. Many Bernera people work in Stornoway, and it's where the children also go daily for secondary school. With the mothballing of the primary school in 2021, these children now also have to travel to school to the Lewis mainland. It's impossible to now visualise how people managed before the construction of the original bridge. Goods, livestock, peats, and even cars for use on Bernera's gravel tracks had to cross this stretch of water by boat. A small passenger ferry boat was available on demand. A 5-ton Bedford lurry was brought across on a fishing boat with a platform of planks. We've been told that we should fill up with fuel on the islands whenever we get the opportunity, because petrol stations are few and far between. So that's exactly what we're doing now at this petrol station. It's the smallest one, I think, in Scotland and maybe the UK. It's a bit different, isn't it? It's not your Sainsbury's, your Tesco, your Asda, Shell, or anything like that. Rather expensive compared to other places, but it has to be done.
It does, doesn't it?
There we go. Isn't it cute? I'm just driving along, going to Boster Beach, and we saw this cairn. It says, this cairn was erected by the people of Bernera and Timor in 1992 to commemorate the participants of the Bernera riot of 1874. This event was the first successful confrontation with authority, leading eventually to the passing of the Crofters Act, which gave security of tenure to all crofters. Stones from every croft in Bernera and Timor are incorporated in the cairn, and the coping stones are taken from the houses of 3 men who stood trial. Interesting things you find, and again, as I said before, do research, and there are things you don't find out about, so it's always good to stop. But you can see how rocky it is around here. It's very different. And that gives you a better view of it from a distance rather than up close like we were. We're going to Boster Beach to show you the time and tide bell. We were talking to a chap this morning who was walking his dog where we'd parked up. I thought he was going to tell us off actually at first for parking there, and he wasn't. He was friendly, and he's actually from Nottingham. He moved up here 20 years ago, bought a croft with 6 acres. He's in his 70s now, and he was actually saying, we were saying, would you move back or move back to the mainland or anything? And he said, basically, no, it's in his blood, isn't it?
Yeah.
Now, he said you do get a lot of people come up. I'm going to sneeze. He said you do get a lot of people come up expecting the good life and everything. And he said, but he would always recommend that people come up and experience a winter here before committing to buying a property, because he said sometimes November through to February it can be really back-breaking, just the temperatures and the winds. He said there are times you've had 100-mile-an-hour winds up here, which you can imagine is something else, isn't it?
Yeah, he's saying that 60, 70 mile an hour winds are the regular norm, but then you get the exceptional 100-mile-an-hour winds every year, he said, didn't he?
Yeah. But he actually said there's quite a lot of people on the islands from Nottingham area, which don't know why. I suppose there's people on the islands from all parts of England and Wales, but there's some modern. We're just driving past some really modern builds now. Look a bit out of place, don't they? Don't look at all traditional.
Not sure whether we're on the right road.
We've got some stunning views, whatever, which we'll show you in a sec. This is Boster Beach. We've come here to look at the tide and tide bell. We've shared one of these with you before. If you look back at one of our old videos when we were in Wales, Anglesey,